Okay, this video is kind of a overview of an exhibition that I just had in Phoenix, and you have to forgive me. This is like 2:35 a.m., 2:37 a.m. in the morning, but I wanted to kind of provide you with an overview of this exhibition, which is still going on. This is at UFO, Universal Furnishings and Offerings in downtown Phoenix, and there's a poster with my mug on it. And that's one of the paintings that actually did sell, Childhood's End. I remember it very well. And those are some smaller pieces. And then another piece too, whose title I can't recall right this moment, but interesting pieces. And these are shots of UFO, Universal Furnishings and Offerings, which is starting to show fine art. And I was very lucky to be able to have this great space to exhibit work in, because it's such an unusual and yet rich space with all these different objects, objects of art, lampshades. There's some pieces hanging on the wall. There's my first real serious triptych, a 3-part painting that chronicles life in America right now. It was a major undertaking. The other one is called Onion, red, yellow, and blue, that red, yellow, and blue painting. It's a 3-part painting. If you take it apart, the 3 parts make one big painting. It's kind of hard to see that here, but it gives you an overview. And I really love the exhibition of these 3 pieces. They're called medallions. I call them relics, but they're round paintings with objects that come out from underneath them. One of them is actually called Cuckoo, for a cuckoo clock, bringing up my German roots, the cuckoo clock. There's my Sideways Falcon, a painting where the canvas shows the wall underneath. 3 small-scale paintings that were a lot of fun to do. I call them the little steps because they led to bigger steps later on. And there's, ooh, we can barely see that. There's my finger in the way. Expert editing. That's my really Iraq War veteran piece about the war. That's Detroit, in homage to Detroit, Michigan, where I learned everything I learned about being an artist in a serious way there. It was my spiritual home in some respects. My Brancusi-inspired piece, and the other one that, it's hard to see this, but it actually curves and comes away from the wall and dips in the middle. It's kind of hard to see some of that with some of these pieces, but again, it gives you sort of an overview of where I've been creatively. And I really love this space. I mean, Leonardo has just such a great space here. It's Universal Furnishings and Offerings in downtown Phoenix, and it's a really great space. Their website, which I'll have at the end, is www.phxufo.com, and there's a little announcement at the end. And we actually had so much fun with this exhibition that we're actually doing it again. In fact, the opening will be December 9th from 7 to 10 p.m. this year, so there'll be an opportunity to see the show again. And there is Corinne's beautifully set up situation with a chair with pumps on it. I mean, she just comes up with some incredibly imaginative pieces. She's a master curator and decorator. She kind of put together everything for this show and gave me a whole lot of latitude, which I really appreciated. And again, we're kind of back to the center again, looking at some of these pieces that kind of started everything. And of course, I'm not a big believer in money in art. I hate talking about it, but it is kind of reassuring when pieces actually move. Now, here's a still shot of the little steps right next to the door. Another still shot of some paintings here. This was from the opening, the actual opening that night. Here's another photograph of the opening with the ceiling fan in action. And let me see who else is coming. Oh yeah, some friends of mine who were there that showed up to turn out, having way too much fun, and we did. There's one of the coolest people in America, one of the brothers Lewis, probably the greatest designers in America. And there's Robert Pala and his husband. Great people. It's really great to meet critics. That was the date that the show opened, 11/11/11, which was kind of funny. But anyhow, talking about critics, I was really lucky that Robert Pala came by. He's a major critic and somebody I wanted to meet. And so it was really nice to have a chance to talk with him about the pieces and really go into some depth as to what I was thinking when I was doing some of these works. So hopefully this video, as crude as it is at 2:41 a.m. in the morning when it was created, gives you an overview of the show. So if you hear this or find this video, I hope you can come down and see what we're doing, because the next opening will be, and it's coming up at Universal Offerings. Boy, we're learning how to do this right. But there it is, coming up right there. UFO Furnishings Offerings, www.phxufo.com, December 9th. I hope you can be there. Thanks.